Wednesday. It's September 1st. Oh my, time's flying. I am using my smaller iPad because guess what? My big one was having technical difficulties. We just breathe through it. Let me know how you're doing. What's up? What's new? I think I can still see what you write up there. And tell me how your week went. Tell me how your day went. Tell me what you're drinking and what you're eating. Let me know you're out there. Hello, hello, hello. I'm burning some sage. We're starting with some burning of the sage. It is absolutely beautiful out. I actually wore a sweatshirt for a little while. So yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's in the 60s. Joe is saying good morning, so Joe is somewhere else. Oh, thank you. Warren's recommending that you book a reading with me. Thank you, Warren. Good evening. So, I actually took some notes, but they're in the other room. So talk amongst yourselves, and I'll just go grab them. I took some notes because there's so much going on. Somebody's having spaghetti supper. That sounds good. That it's hard to keep track because it's just piles and piles and piles of stuff going on. I got a message today from Kathy, our resident astrologer, and it was just a text message forwarding me an article. And it's going to be in the 80s all week in Maine. Is it really? Just beautiful here. Let's see. And this headline says, a new Rudy Colludi scandal. FBI agent says Giuliani was co-opted by Russian intelligence. There it is. I didn't read the whole article yet, but here it is. A new Rudy scandal. FBI agent says Giuliani was co-opted by Russian intelligence. If anybody's wondering why we're in the conundrum that we're in, that we've been in for the past 8 years, let me just put it in a nutshell for you. Because Russia is trying to get the United States of America to be divided, to be hateful, to be violent, to make a huge effort to stop elections, to put a racist fascist in the White House. In a nutshell, it is all connected to Russia. I mean, all of it. So everyone can, I give you permission to just relax all your, I don't know what's going on. Because we're all there, right? What's going on? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? What's going on? And what's been going on for the past more than 8 years is the Kremlin's influence on America, because the Kremlin hates democracy. The Kremlin hates America. The Kremlin wants nothing more. I'm not talking about the Russian people. I'm talking about the fascist dictatorship in Russia, the oligarchy. They want America, and they wanted America forever to fail and to fall as hard as possible, to crash, to become so weak because we're not united anymore. We're divided. That it's divide and conquer. So everyone can just lay to rest all their question marks and all their wondering and all their shock and being horrified because I can't figure out what's going on, why this is happening. Russia is the master. They have mastered the art of psychological warfare. I do want to show you something else, and it's this, and I'll just turn the music down on it because Roseanne DeMarco sent this to me, and just bear with me while I get it. And I'm just going to show you some of this. I definitely have to turn the music down because I'll get... Okay, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of this because I think you can see it okay. So I want to give you a little bit of Team Normal. This is where we were before. This is where we were before the Russians, the Kremlin, I mean, Putin, attempted to interfere with American democracy. They're all Russian puppets. They're all Russian puppets. Look at how happy we were. That is, if you want to look that up, it's from 11 years ago. It will make you smile. It's called The Obamas, You Can't Fake That. That's what it's called. And there he is. That's a Barack Obama, and he's like hanging out with the kids that are meeting the president. We were normal. We were normal. Trump wanted a property in Moscow. Trump wanted a hotel built in Moscow. Remember? Don't think he ever got it. So anyway, I'm not just saying that for your benefit. I'm saying it for my benefit too. Because we can get really flummoxed. We can really get ourselves into a tizzy. Like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Well, when you see that we have domestic terrorist extremist groups infiltrating our state governments at the state level, when we see that, when we see domestic terrorist extremist groups issuing death threats to people that are doing their civic duty to democracy of working at the voting polls, the voting places, and they're actually issuing we're gonna come and kill you. We're gonna come and kill you for doing democracy. We're gonna shoot you. We're gonna hang you. That's not an American citizen. That is a terrorist. It's an enemy of America, disguised as an American citizen who just maybe went off their rocker. Remind you of anyone? Sometimes I just have to put it in a nutshell for us all. Yeah, Russia started when Obama got in there, and then Well, we've been, Electra Storm, the Cold War is it's decades long. It's not like the Kremlin and America were ever really buddies. I know it's upsetting. It is upsetting. Let me give you the moon report. The moon report is, it is the first day of September. It's hard to adjust. It's weird because it's Friday. It's September 1st. It's a holiday weekend. Yeah, the Cold War has been on for decades, right, Rita? So this isn't new, but the psychological warfare and having Trump, Trump, who is dumb and all about, getting as much money as he can, malignant narcissist. There was Putin going, well, remember at Helsinki, that smirk on Putin's face? Whoever was posing as Putin at the time. He had an easy in. The Kremlin had an easy in. So anyway, the moon report. We're just coming off a powerful full moon, super moon in the sign of Pisces. Very, very intense energy. My heart goes out, as all our hearts go out, to the people of Florida who suffered in the hurricane. We're not hearing a lot about that. I have my theories as to why we're not hearing about the natural disasters. We'll get to that. The moon right now is in Aries, so it's a fiery day, as if you couldn't tell. I'm going to do my best, since I'm on my little iPad, to see what you guys are saying. I'm going to pull 3 cards about hang on, because I was still thinking about Russia. Let's just start with Ron DeSantis, because I brought up Florida. Let's see. Ron DeSantis is being shown to be the fool. More Democrats running in elections winning. I just saw what you put in the chat. Ron DeSantis is the fool. He's starting to appear to be like the fool. If you're somebody's in from India, on this Manoj, on this channel, we do politics. We do political reading. So if you have a political question, even if it's about India and Modi, we can take a look. So the Temperance card, it's a matter of time before Ron DeSantis is just kind of thinking he can hang in there, but boy is he furious. Boy is Ron DeSantis in a fury right now. The Queen of Pentacles. I have been wondering, I don't know if I mentioned it recently here, but I have been wondering if Casey is fed up with Ron. Is Casey fed up with Ron? Why, let's just ask. Is Casey the fascist? Dale, I totally agree. It's scary how many government are puppets of Putin's regime. Anyway, and there's a reason that Merrick Garland picked Jack Smith. Because he prosecutes war crimes. So is Casey fed up? Is she feeling fed up with yeah, Casey the fascist is feeling fed up with her husband. The other day, I think I mentioned it, or I forgot to ask Kathy if she looked at the chart, at Ron's chart, if she thought they might divorce. Are Ron and Casey, are they kind of looking like they may get a divorce? No, they're going to hang in there. The guides are saying because of their agendas, because of their personal agendas, it works better for them to stay married. Now let's remember how long George Conway and Kellyanne Conway stayed married. They're divorced now. Let me ask this. I feel like Ron and Casey are staying married for the time being. Will it get to a point where they divorce? It will get to a point where they divorce. But they got married. His marriage house isn't being activated. Oh, okay, thank you, Kathy, you're here. Yeah, but I see down the road. I don't think this is a till death do us part kind of situation. And does anyone know if I know he suspended his campaign for president, but does anybody know if he officially did? Because I know he said it was something about the hurricane, but I'm not buying that. You're making dinner with this on. Oh, good. What you making? He doesn't want to pay her alimony. She probably knows she's not going to get alimony. You get the bell. That was funny. Quick. You were quick. Quick on the uptake there. His PAC dumped him too. Ron DeSantis packed. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think of that. All I thought... Wait, what are you saying about the bunny? All I thought was that it seemed like it was getting a little tense between Ron and Casey. Who's the tiny bunny on the book behind me? I haven't given that bunny a name. That bunny's left over from Easter too. I didn't put them away because people liked them. You have to give that little bunny a name. The book bunny. That's the book bunny. That's the book bunny that reads banned books. How's that? You like that one? It's mini book bunny. Will watermelon rinds starve off trolls? Is there a troll? have my little, I'm gonna put away my summer decorations, including the watermelon, so, hang on, is Thomas in the chat? We're retiring the watermelon tonight. I hate don't cry. I know it's sad. When it was Labor Day weekend, and when I was growing up, I was like packing up the beach stuff. Yeah. But where you are, where most of you are, is probably Thomas. I won't be cruel. I won't rip it up. I'll just put it away, okay? No more watermelon Wednesdays till next summer. We'll all still be here. We'll all still be on the Psychic News Network. Oh, we have new YouTube members. Thank you for joining. You get perks. You get great perks. Yeah, now we're in apple season. We're going from watermelon season to apple season. All right, so what did somebody say about Ron's PAC? Ron DeSantis's PAC? Fall lattes on the way. Yeah, they start talking about pumpkin spice in July. Is Ron finished? Yeah, Ron's campaign is finished. Coming up, Whiskey Wednesdays. Brooke the Book Bunny? It's kind of hard to say. Brooke the Book Bunny. The Book Bunny reads banned books. Yeah, Ron's done. Ron is done. I'm going to read on Vivek, even though I say his name wrong and I think he doesn't even deserve any of my attention. I'm going to look at that anyway. I can't even believe, I mean, the Republicans are grasping at straws because they are racist. And this Ramaswamy, I'm still not saying his name right, I don't think. Is Trump done? Well, I'll read about Trump. You know you're bad when you get dumped for Trump. Will Marshmallow succeed in shutting down the government? We'll get to that. I think Brooke reads books. Brooke the Bunny reads books. Putting some tongue twisters up there. Vivek Ramaswamy. Did I say it right that time? Swarmy? Yeah, I want to say Ramaswamy. Schwarmy. I'm going to pull 3 cards about him. Ramaswamy. When you don't make an effort to pronounce somebody's name properly, it's a sign of disrespect. Guilty as charged. Smarmy, exactly. That's what I say. Guilty as charged. I have heard that he's funded by the fossil fuel industry, hence standing up there at it's global. That was a little slip. Standing up there at the debates and saying, he literally said, more people die from climate change initiatives to help global climate change, to help. More people are. I can't even repeat the stupid lie. It's just so stupid. During the week that this huge hurricane came through Florida, and I am going to go back and read on Florida, but let's Rama Vivek. It's over for him. It's over for Vivek. It's over for Vivek. I can tell the moon is in Aries. The light is going to be shown on all his nefarious connections. The Empress of the United States has his number. The United States has his number. Ramaswamy. Yeah. Yep. It'll come out when I follow the money. Yeah. Oh, you think Thomas thinks that he was a plant to distract from Trump's crimes? Boy, it's really hard to distract from Trump's crimes nowadays. That's for sure. And he acts like Trump. That's true. Same playbook. But you know what? You right to the right to the mainstream news media because they were treating him, Vivek, as though he was viable. And they actually had the audacity to say on certain channels, not Fox, I'm not referring to Fox, that goes without saying, that they put Vivek up on a pedestal, which is surprising to me. But they actually were saying about Vivek on MSNBC. Oh, well, you know, he has a charisma. Shut up. Is that what we need? We need someone with charisma? It's like, shut up. Not talking about the way that Vivek was up there. Vivek's plan for the United States of America is to, just like Trump's, get rid of every single department of government. That's called fascism. Donald Trump's plan for America is to make us into North Korea, where nobody has any rights at all. Hey Sandy, where you been? You'll take boring. I want to thank Rosemary, right? Who sent me the video of the Obamas. Really, really heartening stuff. And I want everyone to think about the fact that metaphysically, and that means, energy, thoughts have energy. Here's another picture. There's another picture of Obama sitting with a little boy. When you think about those things, you know that it's possible to get back to that. You know that all the people that are still alive and haven't left the country, that voted for Obama, they're still with that vision. That we can have that. We can have love and connection and caring about one another. We can have that again. It's the most powerful force in all the world. You know how it feels when people are being loving and compassionate to one another? It feels really, really good. It feels really amazing, right? And when we see that, it makes us feel safe and happy. Yeah, Obama was the best ever, and I hate to tell you what the extremists are doing, but if you watch Midas Touch, it was Boston Brian. There's a video where he shows a video of I don't know what happened to Ted Nugent, but Ted Nugent and Kyle Rittenhouse saying the most horrible things about the Obamas. The most horrible things. Yeah, Obama had class, and Trump hated that. And fascism has no class. Zero class. So, we're back to the law of contrast. When you see what you really, 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 really don't want, then the energy that you can put into what you do want and must is much, much stronger. I want to go back. Okay, let's look at what's happening in Florida. What I want to ask about in Florida is I want to ask about, because this did happen with Hurricane Ian, is Ron blocking the media? Because the thing that's happening is if we don't see, remember Hurricane Katrina? Remember years ago, over a decade ago, there was an earthquake in Haiti. There were fundraisers, there were benefit concerts, there were things that people did, but it was because they saw on the news that their fellow brothers and sisters were in crisis. Remember that? But it was because we saw it in the news. And don't think for 1 second, and I know you don't, that the people in Florida are just fine and that hurricane didn't hurt very much. It was a full moon, super moon, that's when the moon is closest to the earth, and it was high tide. Around when the storm was peaking, it was high tide. So, yeah, I thought that we knew that the RICO trial was going to be televised. Is that new news, Joan? Right now? Because I thought that was already established. Anyway, I'm going to pull 3 cards about, is the hurricane damage being covered up by Ron DeFascist? Yeah, well, it's good to put it up there, though, so other people know that maybe didn't. Thank you, Terry, for putting up the question of the moment. Because, I can get all over the place, admittedly. Yeah, he rushed in. He rushed in. The Queen of Cups, this represents the flooding of Mother Earth. And Ron DeSantis rushed in and told the media what they could and couldn't cover. Boy, there was a lot of flooding. There was a lot of flooding. There was a lot of flooding. He turned down $34 million in government funds for Florida. I didn't know that. The hurricane hit a very poor area. Yeah, we're in this oligarchy, authoritarianism kind of thing. And that means that if the people are poor, they don't care. It's despicable. He turned down the money. The Weather Channel showed a lot of damage. That's really the only place that I saw it. Thank you, Janet, for putting up my info. Oh yeah, there's massive flooding. This is massive flooding. Yeah, houses completely leveled. Yeah, but we're not seeing that on the news. What are we seeing on the news? They're going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You don't even have to tell you what they're going on about. How many hours do we need to hear about what's going to happen to Trump and what might happen and what could happen and what might could not happen? And DeSantis is doing that to hurt Biden. So malignant narcissism at its finest. He needs to look. I don't know if Ron really thinks that makes him look good. I don't know where his head is at. Florida state's elections next year. Can Ron be stopped if the Congress not behind him? I feel like he's going to be stopped. And you know what? When I say that, I feel like Ron is going to be stopped, and it's by Disney. Well, hang on. You all know this is a discussion group, right? If the federal government gave Ron the money, he and his wife would probably steal it like they did with other federal funds they were given. Yeah, but somebody just said that he refused it. Biden says he will take disaster funds NOE, not on, what is that? What's NOE? He said today he didn't want to. Okay, I missed that Ron didn't want Biden involved with helping. He turned down millions for the clean energy funding. I was listening to an author on Audible. His name is Greg Braden. I've known about Greg Braden for a long time. Talks about the science of metaphysics and everything. And he talked about going to Tibet. He spent some time in Tibet. Greg Braden, Braden. Really smart guy, really, really cool guy. So he went to the mountains of Tibet and he was asking one of the, the high monks, the one way up there. They probably have formal names, but we're talking like the level of like the Dalai Lama. And he asked him what connects humans the most, what we are all connected by, and you know what he said? He said compassion. DeSantis turned down, you mean turned down, right, Warren? Turned down $350 million for You know what? People say that he can't be recalled. Don't you like that about compassion? The one thing that connects us all is compassion. So if you don't have compassion, you're disconnected. I added that part. Hey, David from Sydney. What time is it there? It must be tomorrow. It's 7:30 Eastern time where I am. Yeah, anyone can be recalled. Gloria's saying. Isn't that nice? Compassion is what connects us all. So people were saying you can't recall the governor of Florida, to which I kept responding, you can do anything. They're trying to impeach Biden for nothing. We're gonna look at that. Don't worry, we're gonna look at that. It wasn't disaster funds, but wasn't it to combat global climate change funds? I think that what it probably was that Ron turned down. I mean, first of all, you're the governor of a state and the federal government offers you money to help the citizens of your state and you say no? That in itself, it's infuriating. Yeah. That's impeachment, not real. Fani Willis is not going to get impeached. Let's be real. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for coming. Get in touch with Kathy for an astrology read, and it's empowermentunlimited.net. I heard she was really good. Why can't they call? Well, people are saying they can't recall the governor in the state of Florida. He probably rigged it that way. Oh, Sissy put a link. Did you send me a link, or are you putting it up there? Oh, there it is. Okay. There it is. Sissy put the link up. It's in Politico. Was it today? So I can look it up later. It's hard for me to look it up right now. The abortion bans in Texas are getting more intense. DeSantis can't be seen to embrace climate change money. We'll get to the Texas thing in a second. Kemp said yesterday he wasn't going to get rid of Fani. Yeah, Fani Willis. She's. That was a big deal. That Kemp actually, he didn't do it in the background. He platformed what he was saying up at the podium. So here's Ron DeFascist, and I can't even call him by his real name anymore. He's in the most hurricane-prone state in the nation is Florida. Because it's, it's sticking out there, and it's just water all around, and the water is like 100+ degrees. And he's gonna just deny that global climate change exists. Yeah, I'm not gonna read on whether Fani Willis is gonna be removed, because I answered that a long time ago. That no. The question was starting to annoy me, actually. It's okay, you can ask whatever you want. If I get annoyed, that's my problem. Hang on. Kemp said the Dems will do it to us. That doesn't make any sense to me. Will do what? Yeah, right. I know, exactly. I was just about to say that. There's Ron DeFascist going, climate change is not real. And in the meantime, he's got to put on his white go-go boots, and he's got to, look at this huge 100-year-old oak tree that we were talking about that on Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. Well, his wife and children were home. Oh, they were home. Is it an ominous sign of death? Well, it's a sign of the end of his reign. I'll pull 3 cards about that. About this being, is this the end of Ron's reign as governor? Well, I already pulled the Fool card. Very well could be. I don't know how he holds himself up. I don't know how he stands up. I don't know how he keeps his energy up. I've always connected Ron to January 6th indirectly, just so you know. I always have. He's part of the whole thing. He's made from the same fabric. Ron DeFascist was aware of January 6th. He might not have been there directly, but, neither was Enrico Tarrio. So, as far as how Ron's going, I just said he must be exhausted, and then I pulled the exhausted card. And, yeah, he's all tied in with the fascists. Hence the name I gave him. Yeah, the people are stronger. People have the power. People have the power, like that Patti Smith song. So that's what's going on with him. He's done. I wonder if he's going to have a health issue from all the stress. There's 2 Clarks in the chat. Hope you're not related to Jeffrey. I'm just kidding. The feds are coming for him. I always thought that. Is Ron going to fall ill from all the stress? That's not it. Is Ron suffering from mental illness? Is Ron DeFascist suffering from mental illness? Not specifically. He has a personality disorder. He looked very, very angry. Yeah, when he was behind the hurricane responders. He's mad that God did this. I mean, I don't know. Does he believe in God? Because if he does, he must not believe in hell. Is Ron going to have health problems? I do see health problems, though. They call him the death sentence in Florida. Ron, the death sentence. It's bad. Let's see. I'm actually reading my notes. Look at, I did my homework a little bit. The Republicans are coming back. Everybody comes back to work in our government. Mad he couldn't leave Florida like he wanted. We'll be reading on him more. I'm going to read what Thomas said for about DeFascist. Grounds for DeFascist recall: malfeasance, misfeasance, neglect of duty, drunkenness, incompetence, permanent inability to perform official duties, and conviction of a felony involving moral turpitude. Boy, that was a mouthful. That was a serious mouthful. We're going to read on Kevin McCarthy. Kevin, remember what we call him here? Please hit the thumbs up if you like, especially if you like our name for Kevin. All together now. Kevin, Marshmallow, hostage of the House, McCarthy. The doctor gave Mitch McConnell a clean bill of health. Yeah, remember when, was it Ronnie Johnson or something? Trump's, yeah. And Trump is 215 pounds. Do we remember that? Was it Ronnie Jackson? Trump's White House doctor who said, and Trump had like Delta or Omicron COVID, and he looked like a mess. It was awful, and he said, oh, he's so fit. He's in excellent condition. He's in better than average condition. Trump, right? So when you tell me that Mitch McConnell's doctor gave him a clean bill of health, it's like, really? I'm not as dumb as I look. Ronnie Jackson, that's what it was. Dr. Feelgood. Was Mitch McConnell's doctor telling a fib? Yes. I get that Mitch McConnell wanted him to say that. I mean, it is fascism. I mean, do you know that from a psychic perspective, that Vladimir Putin died a long time ago? The one that was helping Trump. So anyway, Kevin Marshmallow, hostage of the House, McCarthy, who, oh my gosh, Mitch McConnell is in terrible health. Terrible. Really bad. Think Dianne Feinstein bad. Really bad. Different afflictions, different conditions, but it's the same level. Oh, Warren, really? Will McCarthy win re-election? What do you think? We're reading on him right now. If you hear yelling in the background, there's a block party going on Main Street. You know, the one that I played at? We only get to play at one. There's 3 of them. He gave a choking woman in Texas a gumball, Ronnie Jackson did? That's very strange. You hope the end doesn't happen out front of the cameras to Mitch? I don't think it will. No, it's not the seagulls wanting sandwiches. There's a block party going on. You remember I played at it and, you know, they filmed me. It's right here on my channel somewhere. I don't know if it came out. Kevin! Kevin Marshmallow McCarthy. Oh, he's in a fog. The marshmallow is in a fog. What do you call a marshmallow in a fog? Marshmallow fluff? I don't know, but he's a mess. Yeah, don't believe Mitch McConnell's doctor. That's just... Jasmine, don't worry about Vivek. No, that's not the topic right now, Terry. This is this is about Kevin McCarthy. Is there a delay? Conniving Kevin, yeah, right, Lois. Well, this is Kevin McCarthy. He's trying to, he's like in a fog. He's trying to play a role. He's not grounded at all. And I'm sorry, whenever I see Kevin McCarthy, thanks Terry for fixing that. Whenever I see, and I've commented on this before, when he's on Fox and he's talking about the crime Biden family, and he's talking down, we have to investigate these things. He's so freaking condescending, I want to smack him across the face, metaphorically speaking. I don't know. If he was right next to me, maybe I would. Cannot stand this. Absolutely. Oh, Kathy, these aren't new. These are the Witch's Tarot. The Witch's Tarot, these are great cards. So this is the smoke and mirror show that Kevin McCarthy is putting on. As if he's kidding us. Whenever he talks, foggy marshmallow. Whenever he talks, it makes no sense. But he talks as if he's trying to... Kevin McCarthy talks on the news or to the reporters anywhere as if he's talking to a group of fourth graders that he knows that they're not that smart yet, but they'd be way smarter than him. And he's talking to them like he's talking, now children, we just have to look into this because, the Hunter Biden's laptop was, we have to check these things out. It's just, you guys know what I'm talking about? You guys with me on how annoying Kevin McCarthy is? Hit the thumbs up if you are. The sword of truth is going to cut right through his BS. Yes, the Witch's Tarot was perfect for ugly politics, yes. McCarthy's spine only, yeah, it does. It makes no sense what he's saying. He's not even a good con artist. He's not even a good BS-er. And the Three of Pentacles, the shysters in the house. I'll just call them the shysters in the house. The insurrectionists in the house. The enemy of America that's in our government. The enemies to America that are in our government. They keep going back and concocting their poisonous brew. Vivek is going to be on Al Sharpton? I hope that's the only reason is to demolish him. I'm going to check that out. Kevin is condescending. It's really, when somebody talks down to you like that, don't you just want to smack them? Metaphorically speaking? Not into violence, but that feeling. You know the feeling, right? Go punch a pillow or something. Oh yeah, we're gonna read on that, Rita. So yeah, they're threatening to. They're the enemies of the American people, the enemies of America in Congress, are threatening to remove. Well, what they're threatening is to remove McCarthy if he doesn't go along with this investigating Joe Biden for the reasons of impeaching him. It's straight out of the Russian playbook. It's straight out of the Russian playbook. Straight from it. The truth is cutting through, though. The truth is cutting through. And I feel like, there's been a few people this week that I feel like are shaking in their boots. Trying to think of who. Was it Kevin McCarthy? It'll come to me. But I remember people popping into my head like, wow, that person's really scared. I think it's the insurrectionists in Congress. Eye for an eye. Who's saying, Anne's saying eye for an eye. Yeah, but that's not an eye for an eye. I understand what you're saying, but that's not an eye for an eye. It's an uneven thing, because it's like Democrats are now investigating Kushner. Well, it's about freaking time. DeSantis always looks constipated. We're back to DeSantis now. He really does. You're right. I've said that before. Marjorie Trader Green. Yes, and Bober. Yeah, those, yeah, James, that's right. That is what I was picking up on. Time for a sip from my lobster cup. Yeah, and the Wisconsin Republicans want to impeach Janet Protasiewicz. If I'm saying that right, Protasiewicz? I don't know. Janet P. Protasiewicz. We worked so hard getting out the vote in Wisconsin because they were trying to completely ban abortions, and I think completely. They shouldn't be meddling in women's health at all. So they got Janet in. We worked really hard. We got Janet in, and now the GOP is trying to impeach her. So now here's the new thing. Let's impeach them for nothing. Straight out of the Russian playbook. Straight out of the Russian playbook. Jack Smith should meet the Republicans on the Capitol steps before they enter the building and hand them all them target letters. Ooh! Ooh! They can't be served on the House floor. But I like that idea. I like that idea. That's a great idea. Okay. Let's ask how it's going to go in Wisconsin. Read on the target letters? Well, I think that was a wish. Unless you've heard something about Jack Smith potentially issuing target letters to the insurrectionists in our Congress on the Capitol steps. Are you making that up, or is that... I mean, it's a wonderful idea. I'm loving it. Let's look at what's going to happen to Janet Protasiewicz, and I'm probably saying her name wrong. You get a target letter, and you get a target letter. Well, Warren, that's what we're asking, but what we're asking is, right now we're reading about the Supreme Court judge in Wisconsin and her potentially being impeached, but we'll read on the insurrectionists in Congress. We'll read on that next. We're going to read on Wisconsin first. So you see what the Republicans are trying to do. They're trying to dismantle democracy. They're trying to dismantle democracy. This is about Wisconsin. They're going to be vicious in Wisconsin. I just want you to know that. The fascist Republicans in Wisconsin are going to be vicious. Yeah, they're going to be vicious. But then there's going to be a burden on them. They're going to go for the jugular. Hang on a second, because I did see something I want to read on. Tucker Carlson, assassination fear, Russian propagandist. Kremlin spokesperson says Tucker is a dead man walking. That's too much information in one little chat. Can you break it down? Yeah, Tucker is actually going around and saying that there's a... Is there an assassination threat on... Is there an assassination threat on Trump? Is that what Tucker's saying? Let's back to Wisconsin. Are the Republicans going to succeed Tucker Carlson is on Putin's death list? Wait. Catch me up. Do you mean Tucker is on the Kremlin's, on Putin's death wish? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, and Lisa's repeating the question. Is he? Let's ask. I thought they were buds. But Putin, the Kremlin, I should say, we don't know who Putin is if somebody's not being 100% loyal. Where did you guys hear that? Is Tucker on Putin's death list? Gee, here we were thinking that they offering him a free hotel room in a high-rise hotel. Good one, Terry. This is a joke, Bell. You get the joke, Bell. Well, the January 6th GOP getting the target letters soon. I'll look at that. Does anybody know why Putin put Tucker Carlson on the death list? Did they say Trump is on it too? I'm just curious now. Is Trump on it? Big picture window too. Gee, I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. Is Trump on the... No, Trump isn't on it. Why would Tucker be on it? I'm going to pull 3 cards about whether, well, looks like Tucker's on it, but Trump isn't. They need 100, the fascist dictators need 100% loyalty. So a lot of people would do something that they didn't even know that was going to piss them off. So you could look at them with the wrong expression on your face and they'd have you knocked off. We're reading on it. Yikes. Well, my immediate impression is that that Tucker has some information that they're afraid he's going to leak. That's my psychic impression. Yeah, the real Putin is long gone, but there's doubles and they still call him Putin. About saving democracy. He knows too much. That's what I just got. Thank you, Lois. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it very much. You guys can donate if you want. It helps me. Isn't Tucker in Hungary? Yeah, Orban's his buddy. He loves authoritarianism. Well, what it looks like is that Tucker knows too much. I don't get that it wasn't. I'm not getting that he didn't abide by the orders. He might have said something persnickety, but Ten of Swords, Tucker's kind of fearing for his life. There's a lot of I get that Tucker knows too much, and Putin is not happy about that. And then the Six of Cups is Tucker's connection to January 6th. This is like many layers deep. You guys probably can't hear that, but there's all kinds of whooping and howling outside. About the Russian involvement, it feels like he knows too much and he's some kind of a risk. He went to see Viktor Orban. Don't go flying anywhere, Tucker. I know, seriously. Rose Blue is promoting gas generators. Good idea in this current climate. Pun intended. I'm actually spinning my teacup early because I finished my tea already. I'm going to read a little bit more about that. Thank you, Lily Girl. Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate you too. I love you guys. I love you, man. You're the best. Yeah, good investment to get a generator. Definitely. Well, Electra Storm is asking about the doubles, Putin's doubles. If you look at pictures of Putin throughout the years, it looks like a different person. I don't think it takes that much studying or preparation. I'm looking more into that because I'm trying to figure out why Tucker is saying that Trump is going to is at risk of being assassinated. Even though I kind of agree. What's going on with that? He knows too much. I feel like Tucker knows too much. That's what this is about. This is that threat. He was in, you know how they say, the room where it happened. He was in the illicit room where it happened. They're afraid that Tucker, I see fear that Tucker has a big fat mouth and that it would just come pouring out of his mouth. So he must know something that is very risky. Yeah, it's about something he said. And this is like, wow, it's weird. This is like two oligarchs that have suggested that Tucker is not useful anymore. I didn't expect to read on that tonight. Wow, okay. Should I burn some more sage? Wait a minute. I think we need a little more sage. Do you think Putin looks like Mr. Potato Head? Oh my. Do the Trump kids know too much? Eric let us slip. We get all the money we need. Eric said that? I did see that something slipped from Eric. And he said, did he really say that? Oh my gosh. Did Eric Trump really say that? Wow. This is like a thriller novel. Unfortunately, it's real. Did Eric really say? Eric said we get all the money? You're welcome. Tuckums. Reading on Tuckums. He most certainly did say that. Did he say it again? Because the yes is very strong. He did say that. So somebody's saying he said it before, but I think he said, did he say it again? He said it again. I got that he said it again. Wow. Oh, we know that, Angela. The impeachment won't pass the Senate. We know that. So they're just trying to make a big, kerfuffle. I got that he said it again. Well, I started the video tonight. We started the live stream tonight, and I, was on my little soapbox about the reason we're all in the mess that we're in. It's a direct connect to the Kremlin. Direct. Okay. Is Tuckham's life actually in danger, or is this just like, he's just, oh my goodness. Okay, he did say it so Eric said in 2021 also that they get enough money from the Russians. So does the NRA. Just popped out of my mouth. And 45 threw Eric under the bus this week. Doesn't surprise me in the least. I know you can't even make this stuff up. Nobody would believe you. It's true. It all goes back to Putin. It all does. I'll never forget the moment that I heard in 2016 that Russia had colluded to get Trump in office. That Trump colluded with the Russians. And I was like, well, doesn't that mean that he can't be president? And the person I was talking to was like, not necessarily. And it was all downhill from there. Will Laura get Eric to flip to save himself? Well, let's ask this. Let's ask if the Trump kids are going to flip. In general. Don Jr., I'm picking up on Don Jr. not doing well, not eating, not sleeping, almost feels anorexic. Remember I was talking about Lauren Boebert? The American soap opera. Remember I was talking about Lauren Boebert being too skinny? I feel like she's just not eating. I get about Don Jr. He's not sleeping. He's not eating. He's eating very little. He better be doing power drinks or something if he wants to stay healthy. It's not healthy to not eat. All you women out on diets out there. And men. Yeah, let's see. What's the fate of the kids? Out in the cold. The fate of the Trump kids out in the cold. Yes, this is it. This is it. Yeah, Don Jr. is a mess. Lois is saying Don Jr. eats only white powder. It's so sad. Trump is putting all the blame for the businesses in New York on Eric, so Letitia James should go after him. Think it will be the last straw for Eric. Trump made a mistake going after his own son. Well, but Eric could end up going to jail, so hang on a second. Out in the cold. The Trump kids are out in the cold. They don't have any help. They don't have any support. They really don't. There's too much evidence against them. And this is Letitia James' energy, even though it's the King of Wands. She's a strong woman. Yeah. And I pick up the DOJ on that, too. Are they? So they are going to subpoena Kushner for his $1 trillion illegal deal. Are you referring to the $2 billion that he got from the Saudis, or is there more? No, there won't be. No, the Trump family is going to be flat, broke, impoverished. Think there's going to be a term, coming up in the future, probably not too long from now. There's going to be a term to describe like the fall of Rudy Giuliani. Not that he was ever an angel, but he was, way up on a pedestal. The Trump family is the same way. It's like you can't even believe that at one time that they were highly regarded like that. The Saudi deal was $2 billion. I didn't get that it was in the trillions. Are you just exaggerating, Jasmine? Yeah. It was a couple of billion. Might have been more. I don't think it was in the trillions. I think you were just exaggerating. I do that too. Well, let's ask this. The Saudis are building a Trump Tower over there for them. Well, they're not going to be in it. Thank you, Janet, for putting up my info. I do have to break for a commercial in a second. They are eating their own, that's for sure. Is Eric Trump going to serve time in prison? Yeah, but I thought the Letitia James situation was not a prison time situation. Yeah, you're exaggerating. I understand. Hey, Warren, our resident lawyer. You still out there? I thought the Letitia James case was going to not, there's no prison time. Are they at risk of going to prison with the Letitia James trial? The civil case? Because I get that Eric's going to prison, but it wouldn't be for that if that's not the penalty. Is Don Jr. going to serve time in prison? I don't know. I don't think it's just wishful thinking. Civil, not criminal. No prison with Letitia. Right. So why am I getting that they're going to jail? It might not be that. It might be something else. Because I didn't say, is it connected to this? Is Eric Jr. going to go? They're going to prison. I'm not sure which. They're all guilty. They're all guilty. The FBI has been investigating Tucker. Maybe he flipped to save his skin. The plot thickens about Tucker. Jeesh. Anyway, let me break for commercial. Yeah, January 6th involvement. I think that's what it is. Jack will bring wire fraud charges soon, and they were all in on that. Okay, all right. Okay. The Scots don't want them. That is for sure. Janet, you're awesome. Yeah, and 45 is being tried by all powerful black women, and he's a racist, misogynist, malignant narcissist, and a bunch of other things. Here's my commercial. If you would like to book a psychic reading, you should. You should just book the reading. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Let me just grab something right here. Seriously, are you psychic? My niece is an artist, and she made this wonderful. If you need any artwork, seriously, are you psychic? It's a new class. Take charge of your life using your sixth sense. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. I had it hanging up somewhere, so I'm just gonna hang it. That's why there's tape on it. Go to my website to sign up for that. It's a 6-session class on learning how to use your psychic abilities. Thank you, Denise. On Sunday, every single Sunday at 1 Eastern Time, we live stream Church of Spirituality. Church of Spirituality makes your life better. We have healing chanting. We have a prayer for a healed America. We have a sermon. We have a little guided meditation prayer time. We have an opportunity for you to say what you need prayers for to the virtual congregation. And it's really great. So watch it. You can watch this. We're in a new month, so there'll be a new theme. And I give you a little sermon every single week. And it's all meant to make your life better and to uplift and inspire you. So it's Church of Spirituality every Sunday at 1 Eastern Time live streaming. And it's 2.5 years in I've been doing that. What else? October 11th, there is going to be a 2 hours of tarot, learning the tarot in a castle. And I'll put the information up as soon as I have it. You can sign up for the Zoom live stream class. It's $77. And then you'll get a recording afterwards. Rose likes Sunday church. What else is going on? Grassroots of Democracy. I can't forget that. If you're freaked out about what's going on in this country, you need to join us. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. And we meet tomorrow. We do a work session tomorrow. We need more people saving democracy. And we have 3 opportunities a week for us to do that. If you want to become a member, there's a join button underneath the video. And you just join. There's 3 different levels. The upper 2 levels get a psychic party invitation the last Saturday of every month. And also, all 3 levels will give you an affirmation every morning in your inbox Monday through Friday. Great way to start the day. And that's all I can think of for right now. If you ever have any questions or any comments, it's AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. You can email me. And you can donate. There's a little donate place below the video. Thank you for listening to my commercial. And I didn't get out to do a video yesterday. I was too busy yesterday afternoon, but I'm going to do my best. Will Trump's sister also go broke? No. I'm going to do my best to get out over the weekend. I am going to video the Schooner Festival. So new members, be sure to fill out the email form so you can get the daily affirmations and the invite to the psychic party. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I can, I've been doing it pretty regularly, but I missed yesterday. I do a PNN video, Psychic News Network, and I upload it from outside. Oh, thank you, Joe. I just grabbed whatever glasses I could find. Yeah, so the Schooner Festival is beautiful. It's a beautiful weekend where I am, where I live, my hometown of Gloucester, Massachusetts, right on the coast. Wisconsin and Janet, I just read on that. Where were you, Cheryl? Pay attention to class. What I saw about Wisconsin and Janet P is that they were going to really get vicious. Because these desperate fascists are taking desperate measures. I mean, look at it. Look at how many desperate measures that they're taking. We need to launch an investigation to lead to the impeachment of Joe Biden. And and then Biden's over here and it's like, there's more jobs. The job numbers are the best in 60 years. And It's like we're rebuilding bridges, we're fixing the infrastructure, we're helping Americans to have lower prices on prescription drugs, we're helping the middle class for the first time in 60, 40, 50 years. But let's impeach him. Let's see how that's going to go since I'm on the topic. Sheesh. I want to go back and watch that Obama video again. A chicken in every pot. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I just need a little bit of this. Sorry. They're trying to impeach Joe Biden, and I want a little bit more of this. I want a little bit more of the Obama energy. That's when he was in Africa, when he was in Kenya, I think. Don't forget to play a little bit. Don't forget to play a little bit. Look at Obama. I think that might be Sasha. Look at Obama running around the Oval Office with a little baby. Just one more. That's Michelle. I just needed that little bit of upliftment. Oh, how about, wait. One more. Look, oh wait, you gotta see that one. Sorry, I just, I love Halloween. Smile, smile. One more. I think it's the next one. Look at it's Halloween and he's giving candy to Spider-Man. You found the website for Grassroots of Democracy. It's not hard to find. I'm glad you did. Yeah, it's called The Obamas. You Can't Fake That by Deborah K-E-R Hunter put this together. We gotta remember the way we were, like that Barbara Streisand song. Yeah, Biden that's what they hate, people that are happy. They hate people that are happy. They don't want happy people. I was thinking about this today. I probably think too much, but I was really reflecting today on how horrible these people are and how, it's all about greed, money, greed, money, greed. You can't have it. I'm taking all yours. I'm taking everything. It's like the number one problem in the world is insatiable, out of control, pathetic greed, where people feel like they have a bottomless pit they can't fill because they're looking for love in all the wrong places. So the reason that the fascist people hate the normal people is because the normal people are just happy just with the simple things in life, right? Like I'm showing you pictures of Obama and his family when they were in the White House. I'm trying to think, it was Peter, he had a White House photographer, his name escapes me now, it was Peter Souza. If you Google Peter Souza, you'll see all the pictures of the Obamas that he took. Trump, I think, didn't want a White House photographer, and we wouldn't have want to seen the pictures, of just him frowning. But anyway, the people that are being so heinously horrible, they want to destroy the people that are happy because they're so, like Nancy Pelosi said, you're all miserable. So there'll never be enough money for them. Any leads yet on the January 6th bomber? I always said it would be a very long time, but I always said the January 6th bomber was somebody associated with a domestic terrorist group like the Proud Boys, and it was a female connected to those groups, and it would be a while before they found out, but they would find out. Anyway, so the miserable people are the greedy people. And they need to destroy the happy people because they can't have that. Right? Trump had a White House photographer? Who was it? Pete Souza's book, and Pete Souza has a book of the Obama years. We need books like that to lift us up. I'll tell you about another one that I got from my dad for his birthday, and my dad's 89. He loves this book, and I'm going to borrow it from him. Ken Burns has a picture book, a history book called Our America or something. And Ken Burns is the person who inspired me to make that sign that says love multiplied. Because he was being interviewed, Ken Burns, and he was talking about having a flag in his home in New Hampshire that has that on it. It says love multiplied, and I just love that, so I wanted to put it up. But that's what's going on with these people that are so evil and mean and cruel. They don't want you to be happy. Rose's dad is 89 too. I hope he's in good health like my dad. All right, let's. So I'm going to read on the how is it going to go to try to impeach Joe Biden when he's doing such lovely things for the American people. He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Sheila Craighead was the White House photographer for Trump. Yeah, I never heard of her. He stole her he stole her photos for his photo book. That's right. That's right. So Trump did have a White House staff photographer, and then he stole the photo. He can't, just like Trump can't stop lying, he can't stop criming, he can't stop stealing. There was a documentary of the White House photographer. Yeah, it was really sweet. Yeah, get Ken Burns' book if you love Ken Burns. I think it's called Our America, and it even has pictures from the Civil War. It's like you're looking at this book going, I didn't even know they had cameras then. It's incredible. Yeah, Trump's a kleptomaniac. How's it going to go? So the question is, how's it going to go for them trying to impeach Biden? Not well. It's not going to go well for them. Yeah, Biden had his avatar glasses on today. Dark Brandon. All right, how it's going to go for the fascist Republicans? Well, the Nine of Swords indicates they're going to have a lot of sleepless nights because while they're trying to impeach Joe Biden, I do see target letters. I see all the time they're continuing to try to disrupt and just create more and more and more chaos in Congress, the worse it gets for them. Matthew Brady was the most popular photographer during the Civil War. I did not know that, and it probably must be his photos. Yeah, this is bad for the fascists in our government. Five of Cups, a lot of loss and a lot of sorrow. Queen of Pentacles. For some reason, I feel like Nancy Pelosi's wisdom is going to prevail. I really feel like that Nancy Pelosi is kind of psychic. Well, she's an Italian mama, so that says a lot. It comes from that side of the family. So I feel like, the Democrats are talking about how they can use this to their benefit. I'm laughing because they're going to make absolute fools of themselves. They're going to make it worse for themselves. Oh, Ken Burns did an amazing documentary on the Civil War. You have the series. Oh, thanks for letting us know. I love finding out about things that I didn't know about. To enrich my life. All right, what else? It's a lot. When you feel hopeless, when you feel down about our country, I always tell you this. Remember that we made it through January 6th. Remember that rather than being under the rule of a fascist dictator that's a Kim Jong-un wannabe, we have our democracy and we have Joe Biden. When you feel downtrodden about this country, remember that Joe Biden took over as president and saved us in the midst of a COVID pandemic that was raging at the time. When you're worried and freaking out about what's going on in America right now, remember that our economy is better than most countries after post-COVID. When you're tempted to get down and pessimistic, remember that Trump is in huge, ginormous trouble. He's cornered and he's very weak and he's losing his freaking mind. And if you want to feel even more better about it, watch Spirit Talk podcast if you haven't already, or watch it again. It's an hour long with Kathy Beal, our resident astrologer, where she reads on a whole bunch of the shysters. And it ain't looking good for them because Saturn is coming and the bills are due. Yep. Honestly. Clarence Thomas. I have Clarence Thomas on my list right here. I mean, honestly, you really do have to just think about how scared you were on January 6th. I turned on the TV and my first thought was, these people have lost their minds. Honestly. I mean, I can laugh about it a little bit now. It was, we've been through some stuff, man. We made it. So we're going to keep making it. Unbelievable. Clarence Thomas. How's Clarence doing? I'm surprised there's so many people here tonight because I thought there'd be hardly anybody. And thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. The party's more fun when more people come, right? The more the merrier. Because I thought it was, it's a holiday weekend. I thought people would be busy. Remember, I'm gonna be live streaming some vid from the Schooner Festival. Okay. I'm going to read on Clarence Thomas and see what's going to... I really feel... Speaking of people shaking in their boots, don't let him fool you. Remember when you freak out, remember, this too shall pass. That's why I had it tattooed on my arm. Let's see. Clarence Thomas. I think Clarence is nervous. I think Clarence thought that his position was like he was just cemented in. Maybe not. And I think he was really, really reliant on his position being cemented in. Clarence Thomas kind of doesn't know which way to turn because he's kind of like, there's no denying the hard and clear evidence of his guilt. What a thief Clarence Thomas is. What a thief. I'm sorry. I know I'm yelling tonight, but the moon is in Aries. That's my excuse. And it was a beautiful day. And I started running again. I'm happy about that. I'm going to start racing again. I'm happy about that. You think Clarence and Ginny will leave when the Democrats win the election? Cheryl, you're so awesome. I love your vision. Let's get me to 10,000 subscribers. I always forget to say hit like and subscribe. Hit like and subscribe, please. Yeah, Clarence Thomas, I mean, all his crimes are out in the open, but I have the 4 of Wands. We're happy. He's leaving. He's leaving. I felt like it would be next year. Time's a little tricky. How many more months will we have to deal with Clarence Thomas stealing all our money? 2 months? 3 months? 3 months. Wait. By the end of the year, I think he's gonna be dethroned by the end of the year. That's what it says. Do we really have to wait until next year? Warren, I want you to notice something. It's already September. I'm feeling like early next year. I know, it's hard to wrap our minds around that it's almost the end of the year. It really is. It really is. Oh, I do want to read on Tennessee. Tennessee, the Tennessee State Legislature. Thank you, Rose. Your Friday tithe and my rant. I get paid for my rant. That's a good thing. the Tennessee state legislature has gone rogue. They did already. They're still up to their antics. Where did this year go? They're trying to silence Justin because they're so totally racist. It's disgusting. They're trying to silence the representatives in the Tennessee state government. Please check out what they're doing. Jessica Denson, I think it was her, it was, interviewed Gloria Johnson. Please watch that video. What's going on in Tennessee we need to know about. Well, first of all, Charlie Sexton he's not a legit secretary. Is he the Secretary of State? I forget his position. It might be the Secretary of State. They allow guns in the State House in Tennessee. You can bring guns into the State House in Tennessee, but they're not allowing Justin Jones and Justin Pearson to speak, or Gloria Johnson, and they're not letting them do their job. They're shutting them down. They won't let them speak, and they will only allow anyone if they want to bring a sign in. Talk about First Amendment. If they want to bring a sign in, the sign has to be 8.5. I'm looking for something that's 8.5 by 11. It can't be bigger than an 8.5 by 11 sign. So if you have a sign that says we want safety in Tennessee, it has to be the size of a notebook. So they've gone full-on fascist in Tennessee, and the news is talking about Trump all the time. They need to shut up. They're talking about, Biden's old. They need to shut up and talk about all these state governments that have gone rogue and that are going fascist. We have to know about these things. Please support pro-democracy channels. I consider the Psychic News Network, my channel, a pro-democracy channel. And Midas Touch is the best. I can't play favorites, but it's the most prolific channel. Brian Tyler Cohen's great. David Pakman's great. You have yours that you love too. There are more. We have to support democracy. We have to support channels that are getting the news that the mainstream news isn't giving you, that's getting the news to the people. It is unforgivable what they're doing in Tennessee. It's unforgivable that they're trying to impeach Janet Prozatowicz in Wisconsin. It's unforgivable, and it's out of the Kremlin. It's out of the fascist playbook. Steve Schmidt's great too. There are all kinds, and it's consoling to me to see there are all kinds. Well, they want your head to explode, Ann. That's a fascist tactic. There are all kinds of democracy-supporting organizations that have popped up. If you're not white in Tennessee, you have no rights. It's true. I lived there. They split up Nashville. I lived in Nashville many years ago in the 90s. And they took Nashville and they split it up into different districts. They're messing with the vote. It's unbelievable. So we have to be aware of what's going on. I'm actually going to pull 3 cards about what's going to happen in Tennessee. So Sexton, who is in a position of leadership in this Tennessee state government, I keep wanting to say Secretary of State. He's not even legally in his seat. He's not even legally in his seat because he lives in Nashville, but he's supposed to claim that he lives in Nashville, but he's claiming he lives outside of Nashville by about 2 hours. Well, Kathy, the fascists want you to get brain freeze because it overwhelms us. Just telling you, that's part of the tactic. So what's happening in Tennessee is heartbreaking. Speaker of the House, thank you. What's happening in Tennessee is Sexton is Speaker of the House. Thank you for clearing that up for me, Sandy. It's heartbreaking. It's like apartheid in a way. It has that flavor in. Democracy will prevail in Tennessee. Thank you, Gloria. Yeah, unbelievable. So it does look like the people are going to continue to fight. All they want is safe gun laws. That's all they're asking for. It is heartbreaking. Thank you, Marby. It's heartbreaking, but it looks like the people will overcome. But we really, really do need to help. And I think that Justin Pearson is a reincarnation of Martin Luther King. Listen to him speak. Listen to Justin Pearson speak. Justin Jones might have been Malcolm X. But I mean, these are old souls. These are old souls that the two Justins and Gloria, they're old souls. Gloria Thompson, maybe she was in the suffragette movement. She's got strong energy too. She's older. She's like 60. She's older than them. She's 60, I think, and they're in their late 20s, mid to late 20s. Thank you, Sissy. All right, I appreciate it. You guys are so generous tonight. And to everyone who's generated, whenever you have, thank you so much. And I got an envelope from Darren. Thank you so much. I have a card coming to you. And let's see. I have to pick and choose what to read on because there's so many things to read on, which is why my show is way too long. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the election workers and whether they'll be safe. Gloria Thompson talks like Eleanor Roosevelt. Oh, that's interesting. Let's ask. Was Gloria Eleanor Roosevelt? No. Thank you, Jasmine. Another reader said they were Patrick Henry and Frederick Douglass. Yeah, I thought that Justin Pearson was Martin Luther King. And they're inspiring. They're very inspiring speakers, and that's what we need. And they're young, and they are the next generation. I mean, I see what these fascists are doing in Tennessee, and it's like, you move away. What's that in that Bob Dylan song? Get out of the old road. Get out of the new road if you can't lend a hand. Just get out of the way. It's their world. Their generation is taken over. Right? They have no business screwing up the next generations. The nerve of them. Sorry. The Time's Entertainment. Great song. I love that song. Well, look at the time there, everybody. Will the election workers be safe? I do feel like there's going to be people that want to... I mean, remember after 9/11, people were signing up as much as we didn't want to go into a war, and that's a whole nother story. But people wanted to do whatever they could to save America, to stand up for America, to save democracy. And that's the spirit that the election workers are going to go into their election poll working with that spirit. Yeah, they're open fascists. They're not hiding it at all. So that's kind of a good thing. Okay, so as far as the poll workers and everything, it's going to get difficult. Well, we've been through tough times before. As far as the election workers and the poll workers, there's some real strong death threats coming at them, the poll workers. I'm not saying you're in danger. I'm just saying the death threats are going to be kind of rough. Evil doesn't like good. Evil doesn't like when good is winning, and it gets more evil. But I see the love for America because Thomas, I'm a poll worker. Let me at him. You go. You go. Good for you. Are you really? Or you're just saying that? It's tough. We've been through tough things. We got through an insurrection. We got through 9/11. We got through a pandemic. You need to take your Biden-Harris t-shirt out of the closet and wear it. Oh, make sure you're registered to vote because they may have changed the rules in your state. We got to stay right on top of that. But I have the love for America. This is the star card is the United States, and the lover card is we will come together. We will, and we are. And there it is. People are dropping off, so I better say goodnight. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you what I see in the tea leaves. Well, there's a snake. There's a snake. Go check your registration. Do it now. There's a little more than a year till the presidential election. Hey, we've done miracles before. We can do miracles again. Yeah, you registered, you vote every election. Just make sure they haven't changed the rules. I love you too. In the position of a snake, I see, it looks like a ladle. We're going to get the scoop. We're going to get the scoop on the nefarious activity. And then I see really strong energy from the DOJ coming. That's Mars right there. Strong energy from the DOJ. Like, we're going to see, the guys are giving me this image of scooping them up. Like they call it a gaff when they used to get people off the stage. Yeah, this is about the DOJ and what they're about to do to some prominent people in our government. They're going to haul them in. And I see an elephant. Wait, I must look up elephant. Elephant is, this is the energy of the GOP. I see an elephant, and it's like they're just thumping along. They're just thumping along. They're thumping along. Voting all elections, large and small. Yep. And I get lumbering energy from the GOP. They're just lumbering along with their lies. So it looks good. I see a magic wand too. So stay in the mystery, stay in the magic. Check, make sure you're registered. Tell everybody. A lot of people in the chat are saying to mask up. Yep. I really enjoyed having you at the party. We're going to retire. We're retiring. You know how they retire numbers? I think they just retired Tom Brady's number because he's the greatest of all time. I think that it's time to retire the watermelon. So we're heading into fall. Don't forget to celebrate the beautiful, loving, kind people like my sign says. There are way more good people, and love and compassion are way stronger than evil and hatred. Yeah, the mascot is an elephant. They're just going to lumber along in their lies. All right, see you soon. Namaste. I'll be back on the weekend.